Immediate reaction from what the president said yesterday?
My immediate reaction is that it left me wondering whether the president lives in Kenya or whether his advisors and speechwriters live in Kenya. It clearly showed that he's completely oblivious of what is happening in the country. That was one. Secondly, I was a bit shocked about how brave he was in actually daring to circumvent the rule of law. I think I'll quote what he said. He said, "We cannot behave like the proverbial ostrich and bury our heads in the sand." He said that a constitutional moment does not resolve itself by being ignored. So he said there is need for political stabilization, as this is the most urgent problem facing Kenya. And he says that it's based on the foundation of greater justice, fairness, health, and wealth. The question is, and so he says, for this reason, it shall happen. So basically, he's telling us that whether you like it or not, whether the courts rule differently, he will ensure that there is constitutional change. So the question is he planning to disobey the law and circumvent the Constitution? Is he planning to disobey the court orders that have been given? Is he going to force constitutional change upon Kenyans? Because it's already been declared, that constitutional moment that he's talking about and that constitutional change that he intended has already been declared null and void. So he cannot tell us that it shall happen. The question we should be asking is, what does it mean? In fact, he's in contempt of court. First of all, the president in his State of the Nation address actually going on to discuss something that is sub judice. It is currently before the Supreme Court of Kenya. That was gravely wrong. And then when he talks about the biggest problem facing us is political stability, Kenya is a stable country. In fact, he inherited and took over a stable country. There is not a single problem with that. Secondly, I want to read, it made me go back to what Article 132 of our Constitution says. It says the president shall, once every year, report in an address to the nation all the measures taken and progress achieved in the realization of national values referred to in Article 10. It doesn't give him any other window. It also, and then it goes on to say that he shall submit a report for debate to the National Assembly on the progress made in fulfilling our international obligations. There is nothing in his State of the Nation address that actually answers what he is supposed to do under Article 132. And Article 132 is in mandatory terms, shall. It doesn't say the president may. It says the president shall. Also, he goes on to speak about certain developments, roads, infrastructure, electrification, and technical and vocational training colleges. Those are achievements that started in 2013 and went on to 2017. He then goes on to talk about agenda for which was supposed to be for his second term. I want you, as the media, go and film and show Kenyans the exact houses that were built, how many. Because these are facts that can be confirmed on the ground. We want us to film the industries, the manufacturing industries, and the agenda for that have come up and how many people have been employed. We can start an online issue and let Kenyans log in if they've been employed recently in those factories.
Okay.
When he goes to say that part of Agenda 4 is universal health care, we know that today all of us are involved in fundraisings every day to pay for medical bills for Kenyans. We know that under COVID, Kenyans died because they could not afford medical help. And that constitutional moment that he's talking about was his personal constitutional moment with less than 5 other persons. It was not a constitutional moment by Kenyans, because a constitutional moment can only happen by popular initiative, is when Kenyans want it, or when it's a parliamentary initiative, when Kenyans demand it through their parliamentary representatives. It is not a constitutional moment when he, as the president alone, shall do it.